Alright, today I need to do some stuff. A thing that I don't currently have, or two things I don't currently have in the input manager are, just out of the way, messing with my charger. Two things I don't have in currently are a way to determine what thing to use when I'm facing forwards, and also what to do when an attack is pressed with the motion. So right now we have the sequence reader, and that's grabbing the number if it does happen. So let's just try a match statement to test that. I need to match this and indent. Want to go with a case, so 236 colon enter and there was more things to the match that I don't remember. As the first one that's happening for a while. Nope, not that doc. Match. No string name. I don't remember the match statement stuff. Okay. Match, C match. Okay. So test value, pattern, block, test value, code block, win, pattern guard. Okay. Win, pattern. Array patterns. Interesting. Pattern guard is an optional condition that follows the pattern list and allows you to make conditional checks before choosing a match branch. Unlike a pattern guard can be an arbitrary expression. Okay, let's take a little bit more at the array part. An array can be bigger than the pattern by making the last subpattern. Every subpattern has a to be comma separated. Okay, so mm, how do I want to set this up? So I don't know if this is what I want. Open-ended array. An array can be bigger than the pattern by making the last subpattern every pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1 open-ended. Mm, so the thing is, we could have multiple attack buttons pressed at the same time, and we would need to know which one has priority. So they're going to be a button priority. Um, which I'd like to figure out what that is at some point. There could be an input priority as well. There could be a... So I could press light kick and light punch at the same time, which in some games that would be grab. If there was no grab, it could be one of those two buttons. We'd have to pick which one is first, and I don't think this array would allow me to set that up because I would have an array that has light kick, light punch, but if I wanted to check light kick, motion input, quarter circle forward, or something, then it's not gonna work here at least. What we could do is a multiple pattern, but then that would mean pressing every combination of buttons. Another thing we could do is maybe a pattern guard then. Here at least. What is this? So it's a new subscript zone. Okay. Since it can be like some kind of check condition, we can check multiple things. Okay. So what I need to do, so only one branch executed per match. Once a branch is chosen, the rest are not checked. If you want to use the same pattern for multiple branches or to print choosing a branch with two general patterns, you can specify a pattern card after the list with the when keyboard. So let's go back to Godot. I want to match my sequence when, is it here or here? Let me check the syntax again. It is this first. When 12. Okay. Can I have two things here? Okay, so no. What I can do is sequence hat and then something has. So if I put an array, if I turn this into array, and then when input history, something, this should give me a frame, so -1, so that's the last thing, um, comma, comma, make it light kick, and then let's print here, and the actual thing, 236 space light kick, which I don't remember the number. Let's also print this so I actually know what I'm seeing. It did not input. Actually, could I just use inputs of current frame? So I only clear them at the beginning, right? Yeah, inputs of current frame. Okay. I could use inputs of current frame. But this isn't right. Okay. Dot has. Okay. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Which is not this check. Anything that will return that specific number? I don't think so. Get, so let's just use one. Remove this. When poster dot has light kick. 236, which is down quarter circle right, actually. So down quarter circle right when the inputs have light kick, print 236 plus light kick. Put a space. And sure, let's try it on this scene. Down, down right, down forward. There it is. I don't know why this isn't printing. Because that's left, not right. Okay, you start. So down, down forward, right. I can press this. I can press that, which is the wrong thing. I press that, which is the right thing. And then it immediately disappears. So that's the only frame that it will actually count it. Okay, that's good. But that doesn't count as a 5-frame buffer, which is something that I kind of want. So let's actually see if we can have this buffer as well. So currently it's inputs current frame. Input history is that but more. What I could do is something similar to what I did with the other part. But I would actually have to change the size and be the last 5 or so. So what I'm doing for the sequence reader is digits count, I'm checking the entire sequence, I believe. which is the 20 frames. If I wanted to check not the 20 frames, but less, I would have to change the size of this array. Or, instead of changing the size of the array, I only check the last few numbers. What I can do is 4 inputs equals 5. Okay, go 4 or 5. See if any of this works. No. Okay, let me check the syntax for the for loop. 4. Okay. 4x iterates 3 times with x as 5, 7, and 11. That is a different one. I need to stop that. Okay, not really sure how to do that right now, but we'll deal with it. So inputs of current frame. Let me make a variable that's just called buffer frames. Oh wait, I already have one. Let me make an array that is the variable buffer frames. Var buffered array equals, and then the same typing as this. And then input history, I can actually just use the same system as inputs of current frame. No, I actually would probably need input history. And it might be array of array again, which would make more sense because this would be more similar to the one above. Equals bracket 5 bracket, and then closing bracket 5, like this, 5, right? And that's still wrong. All right. Another closing bracket, please. Add a comma. There we go. So same system that the buffer frame is using. So duplicate this. Nice. Buffer frames. We don't want input history, we want buffer array. Then buffered array. Buffered array. Right. Then let's print underneath this the buffered array. Test that this is working how we wanted it. 5 inputs, frame by frame mode, because it's not a lot. Down, down right. Oh wait, no, that's not down right. down, right, right. Okay. Um, let's press these two buttons. Cool. Gone. Now, what I could do is use any has this. So this is inputs of current frame. We don't want current frame. We want our buffered array dot any, which is has, but that needs an argument. Can I just do that? No. Okay. There might be a thing for array that actually allows that notation to work. I don't know if it is the case. Okay, I need to make a function for it. So buffered array is an array with an array inside of it that has numbers in it. So I want to get at least one component in, which means I don't want to make a function or something similar. Let's make buffered array. So for frame buffer array, that will give me an array with a number in it. Tag. It should have everything if frame dot has. It's an array with numbers inside of that array, and that will give me numbers. So let me get light tick because that's the one we're checking for the most part. Colon, enter, print, print, light tick, yes. And then here we had input history, no, inputs of first frame. Dot has light tick. Okay. So just check that the buffered array has it. Tick. I see a singular 12. For the other check, I need both of those on the same frame. Wait, why is 12 twice? Oh, if I press 12 multiple times, it actually just starts printing it out the same number of times. Oh, interesting, interesting. Okay. This is going to be a function, which I should probably do. What do I want to call that? I want to call it get history, no, get current frame inputs, or no, get, what would I want to call this? It's going to need to be a function. This can also be a function, maybe. There is a resize, though, I believe. The arrays. Arrays. right? Yeah, resize. Okay. Sets the array's elements. Sets the array's number of elements to size. If size is smaller than the current array, the elements at the end are removed. If size is greater, new default elements, usually null, are added depending on the array's type. What if I wanted to reverse that? If I wanted to resize, I could reverse, resize, reverse as well. Um, which I need to go here, go to this portion, resize, reverse, resize. It's just remove. I don't know, 3 calls of those seem pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know. I should actually check if there's a function in Godot to check time things. Is there a function in Godot to check processing speed? Profile. Profile is included. Start the scene at the very bottom. Select the debugger tab, under which profile tab you'll see how much time the function takes. Okay. Control C. Enter func. Uh, resize test. I have to find them up here, which is a decision. But yeah. So let me just do resize test here. Go into debug. Okay. Run the scene. Go into the debug tab somewhere. Debugger profiler. Frame time, frame percentage, physics frame, visit, start. Physics frame time, process time. Frame time, physics time, 3D. Additional process, input manager. Trying to see specific stuff. Can I sort by calls? This time. How do we use this profile thing? And at the end, this was resize test 8 calls, and it has like no time. Sequence reader has 16 calls, which is quite a bit. And this is calls per frame, I think. Why is it 16? Physics process takes a while, which is probably because of all those. So, resize test exists. Okay. The other one I wanted to do, which was one, let's do Control C, Control V, TWO, enter, take the same thing. I think if, and then this, if it's bigger, so the check is the same. So we're really only testing this line and this line. Input history dot reverse dot. I can't do that. Okay. Control C, Control V, resize, reverse again. Oh shit. Extra first. Yep. TW resize test. Okay. Retry. Go to the debugger. Go to the profiler. Start. Scroll all the way down. Okay. Both of them have the same calls. They're too small to be enough of a noticeable thing. Yeah. Okay. Since I know one works, we're gonna keep that. Okay. Two, I should probably change that to be a bit more modular. Okay. But did I finish testing this thing? So that, print like a frame. Yeah, this works. This works separately, and I need to get this into this. Okay, so, yeah, input history be like infinite now. Okay, so since I want to make, hmm, I can have this be like called snapshot array. It makes more sense. Snapshot array. Snapshot array. Have this. Go like this. Max size. And array. Then Control C, V, V, V. Control C, Control V, Control C. Adds new frame at the end. Inputs of current frame does not exist. That's supposed to be indented. Oops. Okay. Inputs of current frame. Apparently that is existent. I can have numbers? What? Okay. So inputs of current frame dot duplicate. I don't know if I like that being there. But sure, I guess. Um, this resizes, I can just add the input at the end. Um, and string inputs. Just so I can be put elsewhere. It actually takes in all three things. Okay, snapshot array now exists. So snapshot array, the array, max, and the append. And then the same. They don't return anything. But since we're taking the address, it should affect them. It's not there. Yeah, I should type them as well. We can double check if stuff still works. So they're resizing properly. And 5 frames? That's not a lot of frames. Uh, so those work, which is nice. Snapshot array. Sequence reader is actually is a function. This is just like type colon array. I'm just gonna put array. Type int, and then that I'll just leave as blank right now because I don't know if I want to add more or not to this. Okay. It's either snapshot or rename or resize. Okay. Let me put this as well. Up there. Gosh, freaking darn! I should probably move all of that junk. I should also optimize it. So we can now print this buffered frame and buffered array. What I want to do is have the thing get changed like the others. Buffered array. I want to get the child. I want to get every instance of buffered array, which means I need this in a function, so I can throw it in here to check that. So let's just call it something like func in range print this or in array or in what nested array in nested array. You will get the thing we want to check and the array. This will be array type. This will be int. I'll make it integer. Or what? Like they do in one of the other functions. I'll type it here. So Control C, Control V, or I as what tab return what. And then if there's nothing, return null. Check if the array exists. This is the arrow of int. Is it returning an integer or is it returning a just returning a bool? Okay. So let's check the thing. In nested array, the array is buffered array comma like okay. Yeah, let's delete. Now the check should work for more than one frame. Down, right, right. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Makes sense. Because counting from 0. Yeah. We go here and go 5 minus 1 and 20 minus 1 because 0. Or something. I don't know, let's just leave it at 6. Okay. So that's buffering. which is good. Now the only thing left to do is to do make forward check to when this ends forward or something. Yeah, I might have to move the entire player stuff to this, and then just start putting all of like the inputs into this array, have jump be a number, have kick be a number, have all the things be numbers. And then over here would be in the player controller. Um, this would just be replaced with a number, I think. It could be replaced with a number, it could be just kept with right and left. This could be replaced with a number or the jump button. This could be replaced with a number. It's either I continue to use is action pressed or is other stuff. But I'll call it there. That ends some of today's stuff. That is not OBS. And stop the stream.